1 2 testing. 1 2 1 2 testing. 1 2 testing. Hello, Rohit. How are you, mate? There was no intro today. How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, please type yes on the chat today. How's everybody doing? Hey, Sohail, how are you? How are you, mate? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Why don't we start? Why don't we start? And yeah, let's have a look at the USD. Right? Guillermo, hello. I can enter in VIP. You have a free trial? No, we don't. How is everybody doing? Raúl, ¿cómo estás, hermano? ¿Qué tal todo? Right, we're going to look at the US dollar, right? The reason that I want to look at the US dollar is because of this. On the shorter time frames, right? The DXY, this is the US dollar currency index, right? So on the shorter time frames, yesterday we saw this breakup, right? Price printed a new daily low, two consecutive times. But if you notice on the larger time frames, this is the daily, right? On the top right of my screen, this is the daily. We are still very much in a bullish structure, right? So, so UK in the house. All right. Yeah, we are still very much in a bullish structure. Having said that, this is a massive level, right? That the DXY is testing at the moment. You can see pandemic lows, February, March 2020. The last time that price was trading at this level, we saw a bearish market for about 5.9%. Now, this does not mean that we should look for short long term of the USD, right? Of course not. More so because the Fed has started tapering its asset purchasing program. And today, if we look at the calendar, we have Fed Powell already. Yeah, he already speak. Um, and well, it was a non-issue apparently. Let's have a look at the news feed. I don't think that he comment on monetary policy actually. So it was a non-event, right? Fed baller, Fed not contemplating hikes at the moment. Focus on taper. So that, yeah. The Fed tapering its asset purchasing program is bullish for the USD, right? That means that they're going to slow down that that money printer that they had running since the pandemic. But they are going to maintain rates at the same level, close to zero, right? Let's have a look at the chat. Dubai in the house. How are you, Chetan? You wanna CP trading 123 wants me to look at gold. Why don't you tell me what are you looking at in gold, right? So but you know it's quite interesting because earlier today I was looking at this in gold. I was looking at you know the retest of the one of the 1825.60 level, right? And it kind of seemed that as gold was printing a reversal pattern, right? Of course, that shorting gold in such a bullish couple of sessions, right? Uh, it's out of the question for me. More so because we are seeing some weakness immediately on the USD. Right now, CP trading 123. I am not going to trade gold. Right, I'm not going to trade gold. I was looking at possibility of shorts, but the thing about I mean, I'm going to guide you through my thought process. I was looking at gold when it was actually retesting and completely rejecting this level, right? And printing this kind of a reversal pattern, right? But selling gold at this level was really, really too aggressive. And my validation level would have been a break below these lows, a break below the 1813 or so. And the R on this trade is just not that good. Let me show you, right? So let's imagine that gold had broken with those lows, right? My stop loss would have to be here above September's highs, right? And my first target would have to be at this uh, previous report level. So you can see that the R on this trade for at the first target is just not that good, right? And the reason that this would have been my first target is because no one knows. I mean, who knows if sellers are going to be strong enough to break with this level. So I completely and utterly threw this idea into the trash. Right. But on the daily chart, on the daily chart, let's get rid of this. On the daily chart, we're still trading inside of this range, right? The real level, you know, for a true bullish continuation, at least on the short to mid term, in my opinion, the 1835 level. As you can see, it is a flat top. Last week highs were a little lower, but the past 3 weeks highs were right there at the 1835. So this is a massive level, massive level. I don't have a plan for trading gold today, but just sharing my analysis, right? Now, where would I be? Where would I be interested in uh, buying gold? Would be at the break of these highs, right? At the break of these highs, a retest, and then, um, hold on, let me just erase this. So if price breaks with the 1835, right, and comes back to retest it, now I would have a great risk to reward for at least a retest of these highs or the 1910 level or so. But for the time being, I am flat gold. Marshall, hi Orlando, is it creating an inverse head and shoulders in gold daily? Right. Listen, um, I am not a fan of head and shoulders, right? Or inverse head and shoulders, just because, um, for me at least, that pattern has um, a low win ratio. And you have to, you have to think about what an inverse head and shoulder is, right? It's a reversal pattern. And right here, since the beginning of October, gold has been trading in a range. So, an inverse head and shoulders inside of a range is really not an inverse head and shoulders, right? In my opinion. Pound yen, pound yen. So, Bailey completely and utterly, Bailey completely and utterly fucked the pound up, right? It was really, really, really unexpected for me at least last week. Um, uh, it was on Thursday, I think, when the Bank of England released its monetary policy report. Hold on, the market just opened. Let's just have a look at how the US dollar is trading at the open and equities too. And then I'm gonna come back to the pound yen, right? And the pound US dollar. So this is the hourly chart. As always, let's go to the 3-minute chart just to have a look um, how the volume at the open is doing, right? Let's have a look at equities too. This is the Dow, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq, right? Of course, that we're not going. I mean, I don't trade the 3-minute chart. I just like to see the very, very low time frames at the open, just to have a look at the open volume. Right, let's go back to the pound yen, right? So it was really, 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 for me at least, unexpected what happened last week with the Bank of England because for the past 2 to 3 weeks, every time that we heard from Bailey, right? The language was very hawkish, right? Very, very hawkish. So that's and that's the reason why the money markets were pricing in a 15 base point rate hike. And of all of you that are VAPs, before the Bank of England data dump, I sent you guys, I'm going to show you actually, for all of you that are not VAPs, right? So I have to scroll, 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 right? So this is what I sent the VAP team, right? This was the implied probability of the Bank of England rate hike in November and December, right? And I said that the Bank of England. Well, let's have a look at this. We have seen more hawkish speeches from Bailey in the past few weeks, given the fact that the inflation has risen above the Bank of England's 2% target, and let's see inflation averaging 4% with potential to rise up to 5% in 2020, etc. So, a rate hike of 15 base points was not going to be a surprise, right? But what was really a surprise was uh, how dovish this report was, the minute was, right? They um, they uh, they didn't. I mean, they kept the asset purchasing program at the same level, and they kept the rate hikes at the same level. And then, the language on the monetary policy report or minutes was very dovish. So that was quite interesting and unexpected from the Bank of England. Having said that, right? Having said that, yep, yes, we have a buy signal on VIP on the pound yen. Now, let me guide you through my thought process on on that trade, right? So this is the daily chart on the pound yen. Um, I am uh, um, I am still long from this bound, right? So, if you notice, right, and I'm just going to talk technicals for the moment, right? If you notice, hold on, let me just delete this. So, if you notice, this market is in a very, very bullish um, run, right? So I was looking at this was earlier in July, August. I was looking at the possibility of really buying, getting super long on a break of this uh, continuation pattern, right? More so because let me show you, right? Let's go to the 4-day chart. More so because if I mean my rationale was if price broke with this high, right, and these lows, the potential for a rally towards that 162.50 level was very, very, very much alive, right? Um, right, let's go back to the daily chart. It's the 4-day chart, and right, and basically what happened is that price broke with the continuation pattern clearly pulled back to the previous broken highs, and then thank you, Mr. Bailey and the Bank of England for this bearish candle. But having said that, what I'm looking at and the rationale behind this is this, right? It's more of a Japanese yen short that I'm looking to trade because the move that I showed you, right? This breakout was really a Japanese yen driven move. It was not a pound driven move. It was a Japanese yen driven move. It was actually the break of this base, right? So this is the Japanese yen basket, right? FXCM's Japanese yen basket, and this move that you're seeing right here is the move that triggered that breakout on the pound yen, right? Yeah, and I mean this was a let's have a look. About a 900 pip move to the upside. Now, uh, what I'm looking at right now is a reshort on the Japanese yen. Why? Because if we look at the 4-hour chart, if we look at the 4-hour chart, the pound yen or this market in particular is retesting this structure, right? This immediate bearish structure and retesting September highs and these previous highs too. I mean, this is a massive, massive, massive level, right? And the probability of success of this trade is not that high in the sense that this impulse is super strong. But um, if we look at levels, right? If we look at levels and the overall bias in this market, that gives this trade a little bit of a higher probability of success, right? And Yeah, my rationale was to buy here, right, with a tight stop loss below this week's lows for a possible continuation, right? Targets are at the 154.70 or these previous lows because I mean if this scenario plays out, I mean no one knows if price is going to break with this, let's call it a flag, right? This channel, or if it's going to um, uh, it's going to crash again. So that's why my targets are here. So that's my rationale in this trade. Right, and the thing about these short on the yen is that yeah, sure, I go through yeah, yeah, I'll look at the Euro USD, and after I finish with the Japanese yen. So this is the let's go to the 8-hour chart. Yeah, let's go to the 8-hour chart. So this is this is what I'm looking at on the hold on, let me just delete this. This is what I'm looking at on the Japanese yen. This is really the make it or break it level on the Japanese yen. If price breaks above this level, then my trade idea is no longer valid. You know, to be completely honest with you, um, this impulse is quite strong, quite strong. I actually try to short the Japanese yen at the retest of May 2021 lows, got stopped out, and this is the second try. So let's see what happens, right? I mean, we're going to see what happens. GU, GU. Let's have a look at the DXY. All right, so this is a good thing. Apparently, US dollar shorts might be in play today. I mean, if price breaks with today's lows, then we're going to see a real move to the downside. So the GU, all right, let's have a look. So this is quite interesting, right? Because on Sunday, well, not Sunday, but during the weekend, I was looking at, I'm a US dollar trader, right? So I was looking at the DXY, right? Um, and where did it close? I think around this level. I don't know. But I was looking at, possible longs on the US dollar, right? Of course, that now that it broke to the downside on the shorter time frames, I'm no longer looking for longs, right? But I was, I mean, it's not that I was looking for longs, but I was planning for a possible move to the upside, right? And I was looking at the pound US dollar, right? And of course, if the US dollar moves to the upside, the pound versus the USD moves to the downside, of course. But what I didn't like about playing the upside on the US dollar, on the pound US dollar, was this daily candle. Friday's candle was very bullish, right? More so because of the level that it printed on. Yeah, let me show you. So this is a massive level on the pound USD, right? Massive level on the pound USD. Very key level on the pound USD. Super key level. Now, the thing about this is that you know to me at least on, well on the shorter time frames, um, that VIP long on the pound US dollar was spot on, was beautiful. Beautiful. But as a swing trader, um, I still don't see the upside on the pound, right? I really, really don't. I really don't. I wouldn't want to get involved in this market just yet. Um, you know, I would have loved to get involved earlier on that VAP long of the pound US dollar because I could have, I could have converted that day trade into a possible swing trade uh, if price would have continued to move to the upside. But that trade is gone. But yeah, I just don't want to get involved in this market just yet. Now, on the 4 hour, on the no, this is the 8 hour. Let's go back to the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, let's delete all these lines. On the 4 hour chart, this is looking very, very good to the upside, right? Just have a look at what has happened at the moment, right? I think the VIP trade was a buy at these levels. This trade is running in profits. And what I love about this is that it's holding the weekly pivot, right? That gives me a bullish bias, and this level right here, this immediate, not immediate, but let's call it a short-term pivotal level 2. So if you notice, on the past or the last time that price was trading here, this is where bulls were jumping in. So yeah, on the short term, this VIP trade is still looking very good. You have a sell running on GU. Well, good luck. Good luck. Yeah, just be careful, because have a look at the US dollar, right? This is the DXY, of course. Just have a look at this. I'm gonna show you the 5 minute chart. Sellers are really, really, really jumping in right now at the New York Open, and yeah, it's very possible that we're going to break with today's lows, and that, my friend, is going to be very bullish for the pound USD. So be careful with your trade. You know. Yeah, we are about to break those lows right here. So, yeah, I'm not interested right now in metals at the moment. So silver, I'm still looking for longs in silver, right? For all of you that have followed me for a while, you know that I really want to build a position here in this market, and the reason is because of the potential that it has to run. So unlike gold, I'm gonna show you actually. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. Right, unlike gold. Here we go. Now let's have a look at the 2 week chart. Right, unlike gold, all-time highs are all the way up here. Right, of course, that I am not going to say that silver is going to rally to all-time highs. No, um, but what I'm looking here on the weekly and 2 week chart is just a consolidation here, right? And this looks like a very, very, very plausible um, continuation pattern from the lows. From the rally at the lows around 1175 or 1170 or so. So, yeah, I am looking at that. So, having said that, on the daily, right, let's go back to the daily chart. On the daily, the level that is capping the upside in this market, of course, the 24.70 level, right? This one right here. Now, what I would love to see, I am not going to trade a breakout in the sense that not going to place buy stops here because of how strong this level, right? And just by looking at historic price action, um, sellers are really, really, really heavy at this level. So the probability of a fake out is high. More so because if I were to place a buy stop above these highs, my stop loss would have to be below this low, and that, yeah, I mean that would give me about a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, but I don't want that. It's quite speculative in my opinion. So what I'm looking for is a break of the 25 level and a clear retest of these previous highs, now previous broken highs, of course, and here is where I will find a nice risk to reward ratio for a retest of at least the 27, yeah, the 27 level in silver. I have running by on GJ according to VIP today. Yeah, sure. I mean, me too, mate. hmm Um, right. So, USD CAD. Oh, USD CAD's quite interesting, actually. USD CAD. Let me just have a last look at the DXY. About to break those daily lows, mates. About to break those late daily lows. Now, if price breaks with today's lows, um, you know, I don't think that we are still. I mean, yeah, if price breaks with today's lows, pretty, yeah, it's very possible that we're going to see a nice dip. But this level is quite strong too, so let's see what happens. USD CAD. Well, the USD CAD, the USD CAD is quite interesting actually because I mean I was looking at this and I was talking with Olympia about it. Um, and let's start by looking at the hourly chart, right? The 2 hour chart actually. So if we look at the 2 hour chart, yeah, yeah, that's fine. The 2 hour chart, you know, uh, this consolidation after a clean break of this level looks like a bullish flag, right? Now, you know, it's quite choppy, quite non-directional, and from the lows to the highs, let's have a look at how much has rallied. About 177 pieces. Well, that's fine. So, but for I mean, it for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days have been very, very non-directional, right? On the 4 hour chart, still looks good. Still looks like a flag, right? Still looks like a flag. I actually like a break of, a break of this week's highs. This week's highs. Let's have a look. No, this is last week's highs. Sorry. So a break of last week's highs. On this flag play, yeah, it looks good. But what concerns me a little bit about this possible play is the daily chart. Have a look at the daily chart on the US dollar Canadian dollar. So, um, price is retesting the previous broken lows, this level right here. And the past 1, 2, 3 daily candles just look, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean they look, uh, they're really non-directional in the sense that um, there hasn't been a clear rejection or a clear, let's call it a reversal candlestick pattern or whatever, but also there hasn't been a clear momentum after this daily candle closed above that level. So let's wait and see what happens, right? But and more so because of possible US dollar weakness. Hello, Orlando. Will GJ go up and give us profit? I don't know, man. I mean, I don't fucking know. Who knows? You know, um, let me tell you something. Trading is really, really, really about simple math and probabilities, right? No one knows, right? No one knows if what's going to happen. If anyone tells you that the price of any given asset is going to be at a certain level, a certain amount of time, they're fucking lying to you because no one knows future action, right? Um, what the only thing that uh, I personally can control is the probability behind the setups that I trade, right? And like I told you, right, this pound yen is a little bit, um, aggressive, right? Given the fact that um, uh, what I told you about the Bank of England last week, etc., and the yen not giving us a clear sell signal, right? So yeah, it's a little bit aggressive, but it's very likely that I'm gonna get sub down, which is fine, right? But the thing about this is that the probability of a retest, just technically speaking, right? This setup in particular, right? I'm gonna show you the exact setup. So this is the setup. I also look at ratios, right? Hold on. Shit. Hold on. Right. I also look at ratios. Where is it? Here it is. Right. So we're talking about a um, this market having hit um, short-term, short-term, short-term short targets, right? At the 161.8 of the first wave down. So, retesting this, the current structure, which is a bear structure, and retesting the previous month's highs. Now, this is very, not the previous month's highs, but September highs. This is very important, right? Um, when I look for setups, I always look for a retest of the previous broken highs. And when price retests the previous month's highs, right, the setup has a higher probability of success. And I know this because I journal everything and I backtest every single one of my setups. And yeah, I mean, you have to do the work. And I don't know if it's going to go up. Who knows, man? Who knows? Right now, it doesn't look good at all because of the yen. The yen is rallying at the moment. Yeah. What looks good is the DXY. What's helping us in this trade is the DXY about to break today's lows, which is bullish for the pound, which is bullish for the pound yen because it's bullish for the pound, right? So, but if the yen breaks, I'm gonna show you the 4-hour chart. If the yen breaks with these lows, then it's very plausible that if, we're going to get stopped out. But the trade is there. It's a little bit risky, I know, but I really, really, really like it. I really Yeah, but who knows? Who knows? That's not a question that you should be asking. Yeah. So let's have a look at equities. Um, yeah, it's been a while since I've gotten involved in equities. The last time that I traded U.S. equities, I think it was last Thursday. Wow. Well, look at this. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to. I'm not going to be shorting the Nasdaq. But this is nice. This is nice. I'm gonna show you why. Yes, this is nice. This is very, very, very nice. So, uh, you know, um, of course, equities are a buy at the moment. You know, yes, they're a buy at the moment. And buying all-time highs, it's not a profitable endeavor. And shorting all-time highs also is not a profitable endeavor. So, um, what I like about today's price action on the Nasdaq is the possibility of a move down towards this previous broken highs. And here is where we are going to find, or at least I'm going to find a the next buy, or the next probable buy for the next probable leg up, you know. Um, and that, of course, will be sent to my VIPs. You guys are the best. Thank you, Chris Dormer. You know, yeah, that's awesome. But I really like this. Let's have a look at the Dow, yeah, and the S&P 500. Yeah, I mean the S&P 500. Yeah, I don't think the S&P 500 is going to drop to the 45, 60 level. And if it does, yeah, I wouldn't be a buyer here because we're talking about a what? Yeah, that's too much. But the Nasdaq, but the Nasdaq would be a very good buy around the 1580 level or so. It stops, of course, on a swing trade, we stops just below those lows. But I don't know if it's going to happen. For the time being, I really, really don't have a play on U.S. equities, mates. It's been a while. And have a look at this. This is the daily chart on Nasdaq, and I really, really missed this one. Uh, this ABC pullback towards these previous broken highs of the 161.8, etc., was the perfect buy, and I completely and utterly missed it. But yeah, you missed some. Right, hi Orlando. I have been watching silver nicely climb, and today we have sharp drop. What sort of condition could be causing this? Uh, I don't know, man. Yeah. Uh, oh boy. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why sellers are so strong in silver. Uh, might be this tapering of this round of QE. I don't think so. Really, I don't think so. But yeah, I don't know. How come you don't mention losing trades? I subscribe to your forex signals, and the last it's nothing but losses. I mean, yeah. How come I don't mention loss? Losing trades. What do you mean? Yeah, I do. If you're on the VIP channel, you already know what trades were losses, what trade were not. So, oh boy, this is another one that I was looking at the US dollars at the USD South African rand. If you remember, we traded this market two times to the upside, And I was looking at possible longs today, but I really, 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 really didn't find a setup, you know. Yeah, and this buy was a retest of a previous pivotal level, but to me was quite speculative. Also, um, yeah, the other one that I was looking at was for possible US dollar longs, of course, was possible buys on US dollar Mexican peso. So let's have a look at what Tommy G is saying. I hear about the winning trades, but nothing about the majority of trades which are losses. Uh, I don't know what to say, Tommy G. You want me to talk about every single fucking trade? I don't know, man. Some trades hit stop losses, some trades don't hit stop losses. You know, yeah. I was exactly looking at the US dollar Mexican peso right now. You have a buy at 2054.48. Oh boy, right here. Oh boy. Yeah. Um. All right. Let's have a look at this. So I was telling you that, right? You win some and you lose some, but be honest and mention when you lose. I mean, are you part of the VIP team? I think you are part of the AT team. Um, we always mention when a trade hits stop losses or when a trade hits targets. I mean, I don't know what. Yeah, sure, man. I'll do that. So, US dollar Mexican peso. Cool, but yeah, I was looking at the USD Mexican peso, right, for possible US dollar longs. So, let's have a look at the daily, right? The thing that I didn't like about this is that, the daily doesn't look very good, right? Really, really doesn't look very good. Now, yeah, it really doesn't look very good. But if we look at the 4 hour chart, Theodore, I don't trade the Swiss franc or the Aussie or the Kiwi. Sorry, mate. So the 4 hour chart, where is it? Here. Yeah, the 4 hour chart on the US dollar Mexican peso, right? I have a ton of lines here. I don't know why. Okay, so yeah, first of all, there's no structure in this market. Absolutely no structure in this market, mate. Maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's no structure in this market. Uh, you know, um, right now we would be only trading levels on what I see as a non-directional um, market for the past couple of months. Yeah, no, I actually don't like a buy here on the US dollar Mexican peso. So apparently the USD is rallying at the moment. Okay, yeah, so that's why. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity on the US dollar to South African rand. You know, uh, if you remember, we traded this market twice to the upside. So I was looking for the next buy, and what do you know? We missed it, or I missed it. Well, yeah, that's a shame. But the thing about this is that yeah, the reason that I saw the retest, and I'm gonna show you the actual setup that I was looking at.
I was just looking at some option flow here in the FX space. There's said to be in demand for short-term expiry dollar yen downside strikes towards 112 and then euro US dollar above 116.50.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Yep. So I was saying, right?
A
Um,
reminder though, in the euro US dollar space, around 115.50, 116.
So the I'm sorry, the setup that I was looking at today on the US dollar South African rand was a break of this level, right? Um, but I wasn't quite convinced, um, given the fact that the USD or DXY was trading inside of this range. Let me show you, right? Um, you know, um, uh, to me, it doesn't make sense to get involved long um, on the US dollar South African rand, even though it's a short on the South African rand, right? Now that currency is just crashing. But I was looking at longs on the US dollar, right? But because of this range, right? This is a no trade range for me, right? So, um, the only possibility for me to look for longs was on a break and retest of this level. And shorts, of course, on the break of these lows. But right now, right now, to me, this is a non-directional range, a no trade range. But yeah, this trade is looking very good on the USD South African brand. Oh boy, hold on. We might have a trade right now. We might have a trade. So, we might have a trade. Give me just 1 second, please, guys. Because we might have a trade in our hands. So let's have a look at the US dollar Canadian dollar, right? On the 4 hour chart. Actually, let's go to a 4 hour chart. So I'm going to place a VIP trade on USD CAD. Let's have a look at this. Right, here we go. So I'm gonna buy at market, right? And I'm going to put my stop losses here at the 124.20. 1 hour. Right. Actually, I'm gonna I'm gonna place some buy stops at the 124.88. Stop losses at the 124.19. So let's have a look at 124.88, 124.19. Oh shit. Hold on. I already had it on my chart. 124.88 or 124.19. 124.88. So let's place this 0.09, buy stop at 124.88 and 124 shit, 124.19. So, and my targets are going to be at the 125.75. 125.75. Right. So about a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio on this trade. Hey, GJ. I mean, mate, Nishant, yeah, I'm still on GJ, and when my validation level is below the lows. So, are you going to panic close that trade or not? So I'm gonna send that trade, the US dollar Canadian dollar trade, to the VIP. Give me 1 second because I'm gonna do just that. Right. So, yeah, that's a freebie for you. Buy stop at 124.88. Stop loss at 124.19 and target at 125.75 for about a 1.2 R. Boom. Right. So there you go. All right, so I've been live for about an hour, guys. Thank you for joining me. I really, really enjoy these live sessions. I hope you do too. Um, Now, if you want to be part of the VIP team, there's a link below this video, and if you use this code 21 off, you're going to get 21% off of your subscription. You know, it's only 35 pounds per month. And yeah, I mean, if whatever you see here makes sense to you, you're more than welcome to join. So the USD CAD has not been triggered yet, but it's about to. Let's have a look. Um, yeah, on the daily, I mean, on the daily, it actually looks very good. Just have a look at what I like about this trade in particular. I like the break of these highs, right? Price printing a new high after about 4 days of consolidation. All right, thank you guys, and everybody's asking about GJ. You know, uh, um, I mean, I already went through this market, and my validation level is the 125.50, right? That's my validation level. The Japanese yen, um, have a look at the 4 hour chart. I'm sorry, the hourly chart on the Japanese yen. This is the level that we're looking, I'm sorry. This is the level that we're looking at on the Japanese yen. And if the Japanese yen breaks with this level to the upside, it's very likely that we're going to get stopped out. I'm going to get stopped out on the pound yen, right? DXY, again, non-directional. This is it's trading in the no trade zone for me at the moment, right? Let's have a quick look at everything before we go. Gold. Gold. Yeah, I mean, I remember at the beginning of the session, I was talking about the possibility of gold printing a reversal pattern here. But again, I'm not too keen of trading this at the moment. You know, yeah, I'm not. Let's have a look at U.S. equities. The Nasdaq, right? I mean, it was looking good, but as you can see, price holding the daily pivot. It's very, very unlikely that we are going to get a big dip towards that 15,800 level, which will be the big buy zone, at least for me. Now, Bitcoin, um, this is also pretty cool, guys. I sent this. I'm gonna show you. I sent this right here. Where is it? Right, possible flag breakout in Bitcoin when it was trading right here at this level. Um, I got triggered, right, with stops below these lows, and for about 9 to 10 trading days or eight, I mean, a little bit more than a week. We held through this drawdown in the trade, but eventually it moved to the upside. Now that trade, and I sent, of course, that um, the alert that I was closing most of the trade at a 8.40% uh, win, right? So that's pretty cool. That's something that you get with the VIP team. So if you want to get in on that, you know where to click the link below. Right. Yeah, some pretty bullish price action on the USD. What has happened here? I'm gonna put on my squawk again because I am logging out from the stream. Thank you for joining me again, guys. And um, starting this week, um, we're going to start doing VIP only educational webinars. Um, you know, we're going to start sending VIP only content. I don't know if you remember that short video that I sent as a test. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find it. What is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this one. So this kind of video. All right. Good morning, traders, and right. This is a new format that I. This is on the Japanese yen. So this is a 3.5 minute video, and VIPs are going to start receiving tons of these videos daily. Yeah, I mean, we're bumping up the content that we're sending our VIPs. So you know. Um, it's going to be much better. So if you want to get in on that, the link is below this video. Use that code 21 off to get 21% off. If you don't, well, good luck to you and your endeavors. Trade safe, right? Pay attention to this. If you're in the pound yen, pay attention to the Japanese yen, right? On a possible breakout or reversal, pay attention to the US dollar. Um, Unable to break today's lows. This is very bullish, guys. At least on the very short term. Let me just delete this because I hate it. So at least on the very short term, this is quite bullish. But again, actually, let me show you the 50-minute chart and why, to me, this is a no trade range, right? Non-directional range at the moment, between the 94.20 or these highs uh, and today's lows. This is a no trade range for me, and the reason is because the real make it or break it level, both to the upside and to the downside, are these lows that price or that sellers were unable to break, and to the upside or these previous broken lows. So why is it a no trade range for me on the USD right now? Because price might get all the way up to the 94.20, but retested and then completely crashed down again to retest the lows of the range. Until price breaks with this range, we're not going to get a real move on the USD. So heads up to that, right? More so if you are, if you're not a day trader. I don't know um, how day traders look at this market in order, even the 50-minute chart looks extremely choppy, but be careful with that, and also heads up for a possible break right of these lows. If the DXY breaks with these lows, then US dollar shorts are in massive play. So that's that. What else? Yeah, nothing. I'm not gonna play shorts on metals, Bitcoin, um, possible buys on Bitcoin. I don't see possible buys on Bitcoin. The real buy in Bitcoin was here at the break of this. Maybe. All right, so let's have a look at the 50-minute chart before I go, right? Let's go to the hourly, shit, to the hourly in BTC. And yeah, let's have a look at this level. So, uh, if price
So we're
comes
just moving into
back
5 minutes now until the
down,
bottom of the hour. We are expecting to hear from Bank of England's broad.
if price comes back down to the 64 500 level or so, um, I don't know if that would be a deep buy in the sense that, if price comes back down here, it would break with a ton of structure in this market. And that could trigger, further uh, volatility to the downside. So let's hope it doesn't, and let's hope it rallies to 100,000, you know. But if not, I don't see a possible deep buy. If you are looking to get involved in this market, that is not right now. It's not a time. If you're not involved in this market just yet, just let price, develop a structure that you can trade on a high probability, right? Oh boy, can you please tell us how to hedge? All right, so okay, uh, are you a VIP, Kumar? Uh, Tomorrow, oh, I'm a bit tired. Tomorrow I'm going to do the first VIP only educational session. Yeah, and I'm gonna make it on hedging, right? So yeah, just tune in tomorrow. Uh, I'll send the link on the VIP group. And again, thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you being here. I really enjoy this. Welcome, Mar. The link is below this video. Just to subscribe, And if you use 21 off the code, you get 21% off. Oh, USD CAD went back. So that's awesome. Yeah, then that and this is the exact reason that I use stop orders. I really don't like buying or selling at market, you know. And if you remember, at the time that I was going to place this trade, I said, let's buy at market. But then I realized that, well, that was not a good idea. So I placed my buy stops just above today's highs. If I had bought at market, I would be on a heavy drawdown. That's why I use stop orders. You know, I'm going to keep that stop order, that buy stop active. I'll let the VIPs know what I do next. If you're not a VIP, well, It's up to you how do you want to manage that one if you follow it, right? If you follow it. Again, thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Hold on. Expecting the how to hedge tomorrow will be full. Might not will be able to connect. Can you share the video as well? Um, yeah. I mean, the video is not going to be public. My live stream is not going to be public. You know, but if you're a VIP, the link is going to be there. Uh, I mean, even if you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, you are not going to be able to see when I go live tomorrow for that educational session because it's going to be private. And only people that I shared the link with are going to be able to join. So if you want, it's only 35 pounds a month, guys. It's ton of education, but again, it's up to you. Yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.